Technology screens. We're doing some demonstrations against a projection screen, seeing how it stacks up to our different forms of technology we developed. One is my sample sheets I'm throwing down. That's a lot of them. So anyway, in this demonstration, we're going to do color tests, which means we're going to show blues and greens and reds and oranges and stuff like that, and contrast levels and all that other good stuff. We're doing this on a Christie 505 projector behind me. Projectors around 5,000 lumens. It's full 1080p. It's 1920 by 1200 with a WXGA. All right. We did it a few minutes ago on our Epic Blue, just to show that with our blue screens, which are not traditional everyday color screens. One's a mustard. We call it midnight mustard. The other one's actually an Epic Blue. These are screens that are really weird looking. They have really odd colors, but to show them even with the interesting color surface they have to them, they can produce amazing colors and accurate colors compared to other high-end screens or other screens. So right now we have this on 135 inch upstairs, displayed on the sample screen I got from them. It's around a 60 inch. That's around 60 inch. And like I said, we're going to be using the 505 Christie right there, full 1080p projector. I was already being advised already yesterday that we can't use ultra short throws because the projection screen is not supposed to be ultra short throw compatible. And judging by the demonstrations I was running through you this morning, didn't see any in ultra short throw, which means that yeah, that's something the screen can't do, and it's something our screens can do. We can do ultra short throws. All right, so we come out of here. We're going to grab some colors. We're going to do some of this with the lights out. It's still dark outside, which is good, because then we can have more of a chance, because this room lights up too. Also, too, we have windows behind us. Our screens are used to be using window lights, so we got to do this we got to do this at nighttime. This is the best chance these screen has to be able to produce, because, like I said, it gets pretty lit in this place. All right, so we're just going to go down the line. So we're going to do the red again. We're going to do that one. First, we got to go through the white levels first. So I need to go pull up that white screen first. So let's go search, and let's bring up, we got cameras attached to this camera. Yeah. White screen. Watch screen. Let's see. Oh, we did pull it up. I screwed it up myself by saying something. I was trying to do something, and the microphone was still active. All right, so there's the white level right there. And as I said before, every story, if it's pulling too high of a white level, that means it is going to struggle when it comes to colors. So let's begin. Let's see. Let's go. We got a blue one down here. So we'll go to the blue first. There we go. Voila. Told you. Every time. That's the reason why we test them on whites first. Why do you think we do the white levels first? Anytime when I bring a new screen in here, you're going to always see me throw it on a white level, because that tells me right there in that reading that if that white level is producing too high, it is going to struggle like crazy when it comes to color. So if you had 120 inch, this is a 135 inch screen. If you had 135 inch of that material and you're using a 5,000 lumen Christie projector, that's what you're going to pick up when you display blue on your screen. In the dark. Not with the lights on, in the dark. That's what you're going to pick up. Oh, well. Yes, oh, well. Anyway, let's go over to, we got green here, right? Let's go pick up a green. Can we get the actual green to get up? Oh, that's them. I'm thinking like, is that us or is that them? All right, let's go get some colors here. We can get some colors in here. This is an actual green for dead pixels. Oh, we got this one right here. Okay, we'll take this one right here. So I just want you to imagine that right there at 135 inches. All right, I told you, you can't pick those colors up. Let's go over to, and you know what, contrast on a black screen. Man, I'm not going to go down that road. Just not going to go down that road. All right, let's just put, yeah, we are going to go down that road. That's definitely going to happen. Let's see. So let's bring in some colors on here, because we're not going to get so much out of this. Let's go over to, I need to go back to the search, and we need to go to red, because red usually brings up the colors we need. Red screen. That usually picks up exactly what we need. All right, from here we can go play around because usually red picks it up. Picks up whatever you want in here pretty good. All right, so let's go with this one right here. This should do fairly well. Okay, I misjudged that one. No. I had somebody post in the comment section, they said, oh, this is better than your screen pen. I'm like, you've got to be colorblind. I pray that person does not drive. Let's see if we can get some colors in here. Let's see, is what we're gonna get in here? This red? This is, no, we're not doing that. That's Seizure City right there. I can tell you right there, that is definitely Seizure City. Yeah. Sometimes I leave people comments down there because I want to retract this and I don't know where he missed the 17 demonstrations. I don't know. Probably someone that came in early didn't follow all the way through. I'm leaving your comment there just to let you know. Let's pull this one up right here. This is a pretty nice one right here. Let's do some deep stars. And game going through. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's go over it, see if we can get something that we want in here because we're not getting what we want. Let me see. Let's go up. We did red already. We did violet. I want that color changer, but the color changer is not coming up. Let's do this one right here. Maybe we'll get that color in there. Man. Here we go. We got a 10-hour here running. This should do it. Now you notice that the black screen, it's constantly changing color. And you see the screen in the middle, it still remained the same. It's changing a little bit, slightly, but not by much. I told you. You bring your screen in here and that thing displays a high white level, we already know what's going to happen from the door. So imagine, like I said, you're in the dark, 5,000 lumen crispy behind you, full 1080p projector, 1920 by 1200. And you're displaying this on a 135-inch screen, as I have here. That's your screen right there for the night. That's what you're picking up. You can't see color. We do this with every screen, whether it be DMP Supernova, whether it be Elite screens. That's why we have so many sample sheets here. We've tested against just about everything we can get our hands on. Still got a few more. Like I said, if a Storm has a screen in there, I'm really curious. I couldn't care less about the gray screens. We know what that's going to happen when it goes in. I want to see what that dark screen they got in, what it's going to look like. Yeah, that's what I want to see. And if it outperforms my screen, big deal. At least we had a good run. But keep in mind, at the end of the day, we still have technology that has beat just about everything on the planet. Just about nearly we can get our hands on. Yep, and costs a lot less for our customers. Let's see if we pop lights on for a minute. So I'm going to turn our lights on. Whoop, that's falling down. You got some tape here? I need tape. There we go. Some tape right here. Oh, no. I need to stay. We're doing demonstrations. You are still needed. All right, we got some more tape there. So now we got lights on. So now you're in a fully lit environment. And let's see what your screen pulls up if this was 135-inch. No change. Our screen can still maintain dark blues, reds, violets, the whole 9 yards, but no problem. Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude here, but for the individual who thought that, seriously, a 12, you know how powerful 12s are? These are 12s. The 15s, it couldn't even take the 15, and the 17, yeah, it's unmatched. Let's go turn it out. Let's keep going. Let's bring up another one. It's not to be rude or anything, it's the fact that, like I said, it's a good screen. It just doesn't, it's not going to fit in the category of our technology. Let's go with, let me see what we got here. Oh, this is pretty cool. play that downstairs from the Miami Vice setup downstairs. Let me see. Let's go over into let's see. Did we get blue? We got green. We got other colors. Let's try brown. Brown screen. All right, we're gonna do brown screen for the background. There you go. There's brown. As you can see, even in the dark, 5,000 lumens. The other screen is not picking it up. Let's go over to a sandy brown. No, that's not a sandy brown. All right, so there's a sandy brown, not coming up on the other screen. All right, let's go pop over to a kind of a, what's this right here? I guess it's kind of brownish orange. Told you, it's not gonna pick it up. No matter what colors we flip on there, we definitely gonna do a dark brown. We know the dark brown is gonna come up. Like, that's a dark brown. Our screen's gonna display that dark brown. It's not gonna pick it up. No, the other screen's not gonna pick it up. Let's go into something interesting. Let's go pick up, let's see. Let's try this demonstration. I like this demonstration with the colors. That's supposed to be black right there. At all times, that background is supposed to be black. Now, it's interesting when I said that because I did it downstairs just a few minutes ago on a blue screen that pulled a black contrast level because it had that coding technology embedded inside of it. So even if the screen's not black under our coding, it still can pick up a black level because it has that coding technology. Man, I'm loving this, I'm telling you. It's the challenge part. I love the challenge part. And trust me, if whatchamacallit Screen Innovation agreed to test against our technology, we would go after them. But as I said before, we can't do it. You're going to see the sample sheet piles stack up, one by one. I got to go online and do some research and find another company. In the final, we're going to take all of these together and we're going to put it against the sun killer outside at 12 o'clock. Boom! Well, we can't take them outside. It has to be technically inside because the screens are not designed for outside. They can argue that case. So we got to bring them inside. I'm going to have to rent a section, someplace to put it at where we're going to have tons of window light pushing on that screen. Next, Crow, your screen paint, it's going to be down here and it's going to go through the grinder. It's going to go through everything these screens have to go through. You're watching these screens knock out one screen after the next. Oh man. You want to be equal to our technology. That's not going to go well. I'm just letting you know. We're going through these screens. Ooh, what's this right here? This is pretty cool. Definitely got this. I don't like the colors on this. This would be hot with the techno lights. Techno lights, techno lights, techno lights, techno lights. Oh yeah, with all the lights going on in this environment, that screen can still maintain its black level with no problem. Color contrast. With this screen, it's going to reflect all the white light in the environment. There you go. That's why you can't use these gray screens in special effects, because the problem when all these lights are going off for stage performance, that screen's going to have a problem. Yeah, you should have changed out the light schemes, right? So it's not gonna be like this. I'm just playing around with it. I'm doing like a whole techno scene, whatever. All right, let's turn these off because these things are super bright. You know how bright these lights are? I got a kill switch now for all of them. A kill switch. There we go. Boom. All right. I was talking about the lights. Let's pull up the relaxing star screensaver. There you go. You can't, it's not going to pick that up. You can't pull contrast. So you can't see that black level. I had someone call me a while back, not a while back, a couple of days ago, I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday, about how they wanted to paint the dome of the top of their ceiling, and they want to do displays of stars and all that stuff. And here's the thing. Unless your screen can mimic that black level, which we just displayed on the 12 downstairs, and on the blue, on the 15's blue, and that mustard color weird screen, those screens can mimic. But if you're going to be doing something like that, I would suggest you go near the black technology, because if you're doing a display on a ceiling, you want that real starry, kind of deep, dark space display. You can't do that on a screen. Even with the screens we have that can mimic black levels, I would strongly advise you going near one of the darker screens that have that ability from day one. And as you can see, if you were to do this with a gray screen or a goose screen or any company, and that screen's gray, even with the 5,000 lumen projector, even in the dark, your screen, if any light hits that environment, is going to display that gray. As you can see, you're really going to get a deep, dark level of outer space using our black technology. And I've seen people, I've gone to, we've all gone to planetariums, and if you look at the ceiling, they're gray and white. And I'm like, how the freak are you displaying? Like, it could be so much better. But the thing about it is, some people don't see it. If you've been looking at dark black screens for like 10 years, you'll see it. You'll definitely see it. You'll look up and go, yeah, this is not even black. This is gray. Their eyes are honed in for it. But a person who's not used to seeing black technology all day long, they can look at it and think, oh, that's kind of black. And no, it's not. It's not black. You're actually seeing gray. Because that's how I see it. So it's kind of like ruining me for other things. Like, I can't walk into a planetarium. I can't look in areas like where they're trying to display stars and they're using white screens, because I can see the gray, because I'm used to being around darker screens. If anybody walks like, wow, it's pitch black, and like, no, it's not. I can see the light reflecting off that screen. And it's like the same thing when you see it like here. See where you see it here? This is what I see. Literally, this is what I see now when I look at a black screen that's a gray screen that's trying to produce a contrast level. This is exactly what I see now. Because before, when I didn't do this kind of work, this is what I saw. I saw like, wow, it's amazing black level. It's really dark. Working around this stuff all day long, yeah, I look at that and I go, yeah, it's gray. I'm out of here. This ruins the experience for me, because I'm used to seeing something much, much darker. Oh, let's throw the stage lights on real quick. Wait. I gotta do the whatchamacallit real quick. That is a nice thing. I gotta do a starry ceiling. I want to do that's a really good one too. All right, I gotta remember that one right there. That's a really, really good one. Because, hold on for a minute. Hold on. I need that. That's a good display. Can I just subscribe to his channel? What do we got? We can subscribe to his channel. Let's see, feedback, report, subscribe. I'm gonna subscribe to his channel. Let's see. Hold on, I'm sign back in. I'm out of my channel right now. That right there, man, that I gotta get his name, because that would look amazing. I'm working on invisible, like we're gonna meet next week. We're gonna start working on utilizing, showing off a lot of that black technology we make under 17. 17 has a visible version of that technology. We actually call it Luminous. Luminous. And it's basically that technology that I showed you that you can punch, it's black, you can't see nothing through it, but images can punch through it. Yeah, we're going to be designing screens under that. So we're going to be actually utilizing 17. You'll see more of those, and you'll see the invisible version of the dark slate and the ultra bright. They have invisible versions attached to them. I need to go in and start Relaxing Universe 4K. I can remember that. Then tomorrow I'll be like, oh, wait, what was that? I can remember that. And just you have to do is just go to keyword brown screen. It'll pop up. All right. So we're just going in. I want to get real quick. Let's grab. We've been here with the colors. I want to put up gray. Gray screen. So we're going to start with the dark gray first, as always. Okay. So we can all see where that's going at. And let's go pick up the light gray screen. And okay, and you see what's going. That's light gray. That's not light gray. Let's go over to search neon yellow screen. Bright neon yellow screen. Let's see what we get. Actually, it's a little better with the yellow. I give them that much. Let's go over to let's see what we have here. Pure yellow. All right, let's go to. Ooh, yeah, I definitely do that one. I got to do a ceiling display with that. That looks so cool. Let's go over to search. Let's look up. We got to do the Starfield demonstration. Definitely got to do the one. Starfield demonstration. Here we go. Oh, I told you, yeah. The 12s have amazing white levels. They do. Incredible white levels. It's just, they're not going to be as high as, like I said, certain screens, but as you can see, it's not going to be so dark that you can't see the screen. So there's your Starfield demonstration. That one was a real dark Starfield demonstration because the stars are made micro, real small. This will give you more of an idea of exactly if you're in the dark and you're trying to put up a contrast level, what you're getting. I'm gonna trigger my lights off real quick because I'm gonna see something real quick. Just out of curiosity, just gonna see something real quick. See, the reason why I triggered them off because I was just curious to see how the lights reflect off the screen, how much the screens are going to absorb. So if this is like, and if it's in a club and they're doing some kind of abstract art on the screen, the DJ's going off and all the lights are firing off around the place. Yeah, people going crazy in there. Anyway, the black screen is going to be able to absorb all that light in the environment. It's going to be hitting the even if it's flashing lights, whatever it may be for whatever DJ party that's going off in there. Please be COVID-19 safe, please, when I say that. But anyway, when you're having that little whatever get together and the lights are flashing off, yeah, I told you, one of the problems that gray screens have, and people use these gray screens sometimes as DJ screens or whatever to display the abstract or visual art on it. The problem is that any light in the environment that bounces off that screen is going to basically pop it right out. And your visual effects are going to fade and wash out. Where a black screen is just going to absorb all that in. As you can see in the party lights. Pop, 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 pop. All right, let's just transfer that up real quick. Woo. I forget these things are in here at the time. Of course, it's going to be a demonstration of that ambient light killer technology that we have. So if you want to watch the Starfield with the lights on, you can do that with our technology. You are not doing it with that. It's not going to happen. We'll get up close so you can see. Yeah, I told you, one of the things when I display a screen, the first thing we look for when that screen pops up on there is those white levels. That's why I've always told you in any demonstration that I'll do, I'm not going to shy away from the white levels. I'll show a great big white screen saver with that screen attached to it to see which one pulls the. I'm not looking for who pulls the highest white level. I know our screen pulls amazing white levels because if the white levels weren't high enough, you wouldn't be able to see the screen at all. It'd be too dark for you to see it. That's just simple. People say, well, yours is a little darker. Yeah. It's a little darker, but it has a balance of contrast and white levels. That's why you can see a Starfield with the lights on it with a 5,000 projector, and there you can't pick it up. I mean, some of these screens have some source, like the Dark Star 9 has some source of contrast in it. It does. It's not going to be equal to our screen, but it has contrast in that screen, which, by the way, where is the Dark Star 9? There we go. Never had any tape up here. Like, I swear, I put up a Marco Polo with tape all day long in the house. Like, Marco Polo! All day long. This is what I do. I gotta go hunt down tape now. Like, literally, I keep leaving tape in here, and I guess I keep removing it. That's just me. Alright. Apparently it's not downstairs, so where is it? Where did I put it? It's not downstairs. Where is it? You know what? I'm gonna have to invest in a station. Oh, it's right there. I'm looking at it right there. I'm gonna have to invest in a stationary tape dispenser because I literally lose tape in the house all the time. I think when I get my new test facility, oh, I can't wait to build a test facility. I think I'm more excited about the test facility than actually getting this other house I'm about to buy, because that test facility is going to be berserk. Oh my goodness, the stuff I'm going to have in there is going to be crazy, man. And I told you I want a chamber that changes temperatures. I want something I can freeze screens, control wind, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, that's what excites me. You know what I mean? I can't do this whole ambient light controlled environments and then have all these fake protocols where you have to have so much square light per square inch, and you have the projector has to be positioned in this position. You have to calibrate your screen and blah 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 blah. You ever hear this crazy nonsense on freaking some of these forum sites? Like, really? That turns a lot of people off to not wanting a projection screen. If I went there for the first time and I'm hearing somebody talk about, yeah, you have to have so much square light per square inch, and if you're going to ambient light control your environment, you have to set the setting, the scenes. You want to make sure the lights are positioned here, and your projector has to be calibrated here. And man, you know, I'll just go buy a TV, turn it on, adjust a little color, done. See, complete turn off. Why does it have to be that freaking hard? It's not that hard. They just make it sound that hard because, keep in mind, you're probably dealing with a projection screen that may have issues with ultra short throws. They may have issues with too much light maybe making contact with the screen. They may have issues with how the projector is positioned, because some screens have that narrow viewing cone with the projector leaning too hard. You're shooting this way or that way, they can become dark, which means that has to be interlined with the screen. That's basically protocol, as in saying, we can't do this. That's it. That's what it's for. And then they make a religion out of it, and then people start spreading this stuff on forum sites with saying, yeah, it's got to be done this way, and it's got to be done that way. If I go on ABS forums right now, and they're talking about high-end screens, and they go, hey, I got a blue projection screen. What do you think they'll say? They'll go, oh, yeah, blue projection screen, that's phony. You can't do that. That's impossible. How in the world is a blue screen going to produce colors, like different colors? It's blue. It's just going to have traces of blue throughout the entire screen. That's going to be their theory. Well, what's the best screen to get? You want to go with the dark gray if you're using HD or 4K, you know, possibly as dark as possible. And if you're using another screen like a 720p, it's okay to do a white screen, but I would suggest you do a gray screen. Yeah, they'll have their theories. But you sure I can't do this on a blue screen? Nah, you can't. There's no such thing as a blue screen. You can't do that. There's no way to what? Yeah. We got one downstairs. And it's been tested against all their screens that they brag about. And it's basically been able to top their screens in color with no problem. See, that's what I mean. All protocol. They just tell you what they want to tell you, and people believe it. Dark Star 9. See how dark a Dark Star 9 is? This is a really dark screen. The one part I understand about the Dark Star 9 is, well, of course, against a white screen, they're different. So what we have to do is we have to move our screen out of all of this, and we have to put up the, we're going to do that later on in the next demonstration. We're going to put up the all white screen. Because our screen being here, you're going to be able to see where these screens are not going to be able to do too well. We have to take our screen out of the equation, bring in a white screen, and put them against a white screen. This is what these screens are used to being tested on anyway. They don't do these against black screens. They do this against white screens because the majority of most people that are going to be using their product are going to be using white screens. No? All right, so why am I turning to the side? I got regular clothes on. I was looking all crazy, looking at the morning, then I wouldn't basically want to look in front of the camera. Early in the morning, no coffee, people. I'm seriously trying to track down my belt. I have no idea in the world. Do you know I'm like this when I wake up in the morning? This is me in the morning every day, unless I'm having a bad day. But other than that, this is me in the morning every day. I used to crack a joke and say, yeah, coffee drinks me in the morning. Coffee sits around the water cooler saying, yeah, I had me a cup of Ken this morning. Whew, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be up in the morning. So technically, when you think about it, it's going to sound kind of weird. Going to mess with your brain a little bit here. If coffee drinks me to get up in the morning, that means you have to drink coffee for you to get up in the morning. So you're welcome. This is what happens when you wake up in the morning and you pray to your Lord and Savior and you say, thank you, Lord, for blessing me to wake up to see another beautiful brand new day. Help this to be a productive day. Help me to do things the right way. Help me to stay off the wide and crooked path, to stay on the straight and narrow, and to stay clear from Satan. And you wake up in the morning with, yeah. And when I get up in the morning, God starts bringing the information to my head. This is what we're going to do today. This is what we're going to build today. This is what we're going to create today. This is what you're going to show them today. This is what we're going to do. Yes. All right, let's get this on. All right, so we got the Dark Star 9 here. We're going to have to take this down, and we're going to have to put this one up for the next demonstration, which is the 135-inch white screen. And this is not your cheap white screen. That's an elite screen right there. That's a good one. And we got our clips up there. By the way, those clips are absolutely amazing. All right, so let's get this started. Make sure my pants are pulled up here because somebody can't find their belt. Which you're going to have to find later on because that's so needed. Put this right here in the center. Right there. Now we have the Dark Star 9. Dark Star 9. Right there. Right there. I wonder why they don't test their screens over any other screens. I wonder if they do that. Let's take our lights out. We may have too much light in here. But keep in mind, these screens, as I said before, the ones we use in here are not probably used to being used with this much ambient light we have in the environment. Anytime I've seen demonstrations under these particular screens are always in ambient light controlled environments. All right. See if we see much of a difference. You got to be this close to the screen and see if you see much of a difference. That tells you something right there. All right, so yeah, it is picking up a darker contrast level. Now you take them, which is making me dizzy, so I don't know what. You have no idea how dizzy I'm getting right now. And we put it against our black screen. If you stand back, you should be able to see that. Now it does produce a little darker than this screen because, like I said, it does have contrast to that screen. Bigger question, can you use it with the lights on? Maybe you cannot. That's why I said it's ambient light rejection, which means this should be rejecting any of the light that's making contact with the screen. And that would keep the screen from fading out. And for some people would say, well, your screen's black. No, we just did this downstairs on the last video on a blue screen, a real light blue screen, and that screen right there can reject ambient light like crazy. All right, let's get this off right here because the test is not about this. I was just done out of curiosity just to see something for a minute. But I'll get a chance to do all that once we put the light screen up. Let's back it up here. And let's bring up, we'll take our lights out again. And let's bring up, let me see. There's some contrast in here. We gotta do some contrast in here. New York City, Dark City screensaver. These things just say, okay, I'm about to say, I thought it said dart. I didn't say dart, I said dark. Where's the real dark one at? The pitch black one. This one here? This is a dark skyline, isn't it? Chris Freddy had a dark one than this one. Nope, that's definitely not it. This thing starts off real dark. Let's see what we got. It says screensaver. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. That's my alarm going off. I had to be up early in the morning because, like I said, I had to get in there while it was dark before the light comes in. And even when we had the screens down, it's still bright in this area. Let's see. Let's try New York City night screensaver. There we go. This should be it right here.
This documentary. Start your free trial at Amazon Prime Video channels.
This is the one I display in the room when I got the curtains open on the 17. So that's what I said, man. People reviewed the screen, man. They didn't give you the honest review. The bottom line is they're not showing any contrast levels. None of that whatsoever, period. That's why I said, never send me your product to do a review on it. You're not going to like it. I'm going to be honest and brutal with it. I'm not going to sit on camera and sit there and say, oh, it looks good. And, you know, we're just going to put it in an ambient light controlled environment. And we're just going to use, you know, just try to make it look good for the viewers. No, I'm going to show you exactly what you're looking at. No point in sugarcoating it. All right. Let's go with the LG beta fish. Oh, this is right here. Night landscape. What's the landscape right here? No. Yeah. All right. Let's go over to. Oh, we got to do the LG real quick. LG beta fish. All right. Algae beta fish. Okay. Let's try that one again. LG beta fish. Butchered beta. I got beta right. I'm pretty sure. I think no, they did butcher beta. At 5,000 lumens, you should be able to do this with the lights on. It's a 5,000 projector we're using. You should be able to do this with lights on. No problem. The reason why I get up in the morning, I ask the Lord for teach me to be humble, because when you have technology like this, you definitely, yeah, I feel it. Like sometimes I want to brag about it. Like, yeah, like yeah, it hits, it does. I mean, come on now. I mean, you're testing against all these high performance screens on these demonstrations we're doing. You don't know what's following your test. You know what I mean? And it does. The devil will pop up there and give you some arrogance. He will say, you know, hey, you're getting to a point now. You know what I mean? You're just going after everybody now. You know, let's do it this way. No, there's a way you have to do things, man. It's just you have to ask for that. No matter how high God may put you up on a ladder, you have to basically keep yourself humble, keep yourself grounded. Because there are times I get on this camera sometimes and it starts peeking through, you know what I mean? And I got to remind myself to like shut it down and cool it. You know what I mean? Because you just, try to keep it humble. Try to keep it respectful. But man, when you're thinking about where you have all these naysayers and people that are constantly telling you that your technology is not this, that, and the other, they don't bother me at all. Because at the end of the day, I walk through my house all day long. I see my technology activating. You know, I don't have one of those demonstrations where you just got one projection screen in the room and everything else in your house got TVs because you don't trust your work. I trust my work because everything in my house runs off projection screens. Everything I watch runs off a projection screen, except for the security monitor and over there. But I'm about to change that anyway. But my main screens are all projectors. So you have to have a lot of trust in what you do to have all your main screens running in the house off projectors and sitting in tons of window light. If each environment is different, more light or whatever. So you have to have that kind of trust. But you know, I also too I got things I have people understand at the end of the day. There's things I have to answer for. Everything I do, I have to answer to God at the end of the day. Some people say, oh, I don't have to answer them. Yeah, you do have to answer them. Whether you're here or you're not, you're going to have to answer to them. I'd rather basically try to get my ducks in a row while I'm here before that day comes that I end up over there with him. At least I can basically look him face to face and say, look, I've done my job to the best of my ability. So I had to keep myself in check. So yeah, it rises up from time to time. I feel the devil perking up in me sometimes saying, yeah, go ahead. Go up and say in your face. Go ahead and say you're the best, blah, 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 blah. Brag about it, blah, blah, blah. I got to catch myself to keep from doing that. And I guess why I come in, I keep saying this is God's work. Because it is his work. It's his design. It's his creation. And I'll keep giving him the glory for that because the devil will not get the chance to have me basically come here and say, oh, me. Because it was never me. Never me. That's what you got to be careful about. People that want to take claim like it's yours all the time. It's not yours. Anything you do in life, you think it's yours. It's not yours. If he gave you the ability to do so because of him. And if he decides that day that you can't do, then you won't do. So be thankful what he gives you. Whether it be the smallest thing or it may be the largest thing, be thankful. That's why I give him the praise for everything. And there are days, I come on camera. I got to remind myself that adrenaline starts pushing through my system. And then I watch a screen that I wanted to test. I see the results of our technology overpower. And I'm thinking, it starts to come through. You can hear me on camera a little bit. That's me trying to control that pride, that arrogance coming through. Try to keep it humble. Try to remember where my technology comes from. And that's what brings me back down. It grounds me. All right, let's get this going. We did the beta fish. Let's do some black contrast demonstrations. Black contrast demonstrations. Okay, that didn't come out the way I thought it would come out, but let's move on. I said contract? Oh yeah, contract. Never mind, forget it, people. Like I said, black contrast. Okay, that brought it up. Some strange level, but I mean, yeah. Always pop it. Oh, I like that right there. That looked pretty good right there on the screen. Let's do this one right here. try to do something a little different with the lights on, lights off. I don't do a lot of lights off demonstrations, so I try to do more of those. Because I know there are those of you who have dedicated theater rooms that want to see how this is going to react. Oh, I got something interesting for you guys with the dedicated theater rooms. I like doing the half on half white screens and gray screens because to show you exactly the light reflection that you're going to bounce off your screen, literally everywhere in your white on your ceilings and stuff. So we're going to do more of those. All right, let's get let me see. Let's try this one again. We need black contrast demonstrations 4K. Ooh, it actually spelled the 4K correctly. Instead of spelling 4 and then K, it actually, wow. Okay, I'll tell you, the Sony voice recognition is way better than the Prime. Oh my goodness, I go do some stuff with Prime. I love it and all, but I mean the Fire Stick. Yeah, that Fire Stick gives me some issues. I still love it better than the Chromecast. Because with the Chromecast, you have to have some kind of video input to play that. Like you have to some kind of stream of your cell phone or whatever. But with the Fire Stick, everything is there. So I don't have to worry about if my cell phone's charged up or none of that. It's just play it right off there. Everything's there. Like I said, I mean, it's demonstration. I don't tell people, look, don't buy their product. I would never say that. It just gives you an idea of, I'm like saying, at the end of the day, the product is good. It just doesn't measure up to our technology. It just doesn't. It's not my category of what we design and what we make over here. So that's why we have all these sample sheets to show our customers that, you know, there's a difference. You know, like I said, oops, bumped the daylights out of you guys. Yeah, see, like I have nothing but sample sheets over here, and that's not the end of it. All those are sample sheet test sheets that we've tested our screens against. Now, the only reason why I got other people here who make screen paint from other YouTube channels, not YouTube channels, but from other sites that I purchased off of eBay, purchased a couple other screen paints. But keep in mind, these individuals have never come after me, never said anything nasty about me whatsoever. Neither have any of these. Well, actually, one company did, but that was another issue. But anyway, we're just do side by sides with them. That's all, you know, kind of difference. But they don't sit there and go, oh, we're equal to them. They never do that. They never have that problem. And they don't say anything nasty about us, but you only have one person, or actually two people who do that, and the other person, we don't really pay him any mind whatsoever at all, you know. It's like that, I don't want to put it in this term, but it's like that fly in your house. If you just pay no mind to it, eventually one of the spiders will get it. That's how you see it. We don't pay him any mind. But we'll do this one with the lights up too. But this particular individual, we've had problems with him for the longest time, like really seriously. He just never lets up. Like I said, we're handling it two ways. There's a legal part of this being handled, but we're not going to talk about that. It's neither here nor there. But the part that he constantly compares us to his technology, and he really thinks that, I don't know where he gets it from, but like I said, you know, we're just going to put his product through the grinder. We already have this product here. We have this personal mix here, and I have this UV mix here, but we got something else coming in the mail. Now, like I said, when it gets here, the package was damaged in shipping. I don't know whether he didn't seal the containers right or whatever happened, but he did ship it in a bag. And like I said, yeah, we ship in bags all the time. And our containers, when we test them, when I first got a few of those containers in, we fill them up with water, and I drop them on the foot balcony. And if when we don't tape them up, we drop them off. I'll show you the video demonstration. We drop them off the balcony. When we bring it up, we have to take the bottle from the camera. We have to squeeze it to make sure there's no liquid coming out of that container. And if it can take that drop, then it's good. Then the next thing we do, we basically stick them in a box, no paint, just water, and I kick them down my driveway. Yeah, I put them in a box and I kick them down the driveway because I need to see exactly what would happen if one of the postal workers had a bad day today. Not saying they do that, but just saying things happen and they decide to kick the crap out of one of our packages. What's going to happen? How good is the padding? If the padding's not that good, then I need to go back and do the research on the bubble wrap, get better bubble wrap to wrap them up. So just out of curiosity, see what would happen. So this is stuff I have to know, gives me a peace of mind. So, and then we post those demonstrations and people see me kicking this package down the side of the driveway. But anyway, you have to do all that because you don't know if you can pick any container and that container can pop open in the middle of shipping. So That's why we record our ship out updates. You can see me taping up the packages, packing them up, so you can see all that. And then on top of that, it gives comfort to our customers that they know that their packages and orders are being taken care of, even though they haven't received the tracking number yet. But, you know, as I said, we post all that information of when the tracking numbers are going to come out. If we have snow, if we have delay with the driver, all you're updated with all that information, because that's important. That's what you want to know. But, like I said, the package that's coming here, basically, it leaked. So the postal worker or the person who ordered it for us, they're going to put it in a plastic bag and they're going to ship it to us in another box. So when that box gets here, I'm going to cut it open. I'm going to block out his, whatever address he has on there. It's not his address. It's not his. But it's somebody who's doing his orders. There's no way in the world he could have ever figured out that the person who placed the order was from us. That's virtually impossible. That's just an address he's putting on there just to cover his tracks for everybody, just in case if any one of us come in and order, that's the way of him fixing it. Again, we're not going to get into that. There's a way to actually get around that. So, like I said, either way, you're getting the letter. As for the package, when it came through, when they took the pictures, it was leaking, not a lot. So I told him, look, set the package out for a little bit, let it dry. What's going to happen is that paint, wherever it's leaking from, is going to dry. It's going to clog. And it's going to clog up where blood clog. It's going to clog up. It's going to dry. It's going to keep it from leaking any farther. Put that inside of a plastic bag. Put that in a box and ship that over to us. But that's how you're going to see it when it comes in. So he already shipped it. As a matter of fact, I had to send his money over right now. Or she or he, or send the money over. And they're going to basically, from there, I got to reimburse them. But I paid for this out of my own pocket. I reimbursed them $100, cost me $107 as always for this screen paint, and we were able to get our hands on it. Like I said, we had to fight to get this, literally fight to get this, because, excuse me, I did a video where we tried to obtain this product many times, and he's always canceled our orders like crazy. So we just got somebody someplace else to get it, and they got it, and it's on its way. So we're going to basically, with his product, we're going to do all side-by-sides, and in those side-by-sides, his screen is paint. It's going to have to go through all the testing that our screens have to go through. Let me get a charger in here real quick before we go on with this. So, I gotta grab a charger. My screen just dimmed on me. Oh, I forgot. I'm plugging this into the whatchamacallit. I don't want to run the cord all the way from there. Let's get a power supply in here. So yeah, you know, it's not going to be none of that usual nonsense that he does with the carrying on and acting up on camera. No, he's going to just go through the same test that we got to put our screens on. And it's going to be outside. He's going to have to go through fully lit and ambient lit environment. He's going to be tested against the white screen we have over here by Elite. See how the screen's measured up to white surfaces, and all these sample screens we have here. We'll have to go through every last one of them. So, you know, regular everyday testing on what we have to go through all the time. You know, it's something our screens have to go through all the time. So, like I said, if you consider yourself equal to what we do over here, then you'll have no problem going through all the brutal tests that these screens have to go through. And as you can see from the stack of sample sheets we have underneath of us, you're going to have to be equal to one of these. If they're not equal, you're going to have to be able to surpass one of them. And keep in mind, if these screens are struggling getting past a 12, you haven't even been on a 15 yet, not even a 17. 17s are brutal. They take a lot of light in, but he's just going to have to go through the same testing our screens go through. That's all. So like I said, we don't want to see any emails, because I have gotten emails from him before telling us, giving us certain specific requirements to use with his screen paint, as in it can't be used in full lit environment. He doesn't want to test it against other high performance screens and any of that stuff, you know what I mean? Keep it out of window light, stuff like that. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing your environment over here. We're doing my environment. If you're equal to my technology, you should have no problem passing those tests. Let's see if you can beat a few of these screens we have over here. If these screens are having a problem, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm just saying, I'm calling it like it is. I'm just calling from the door. It's not going to go well. And for what I just saw from that spill out on that product, it's a very light screen paint. Very light. And you're going to do a lot of contrast demonstrations. A lot of them. Everything you sat there and you basically denied. We asked of you and you didn't do it. You're going to do it on fully lit environments. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put you against that 17 in that fully lit environment. Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, if you're gonna consider yourself to be equal to what we do, then you should have no problem passing the test. It should be easy. Hey! Now, like I said before, we're not going to do the whole, what's it called, making like we made the paint before. Now I made that out of curiosity to see how close that free mix he had came close to his own mix, and it actually matched perfectly. We're not going to do this with this product at all. That test is not about that. It's strictly about seeing if his screen can go toe to toe with our technology through our tests, because he doesn't do these tests at all, period, none of them. That's why he can't make the exotics when we gave him permission. We gave him permission to make that paint. He had to make it within the same time the paint was made. 20 minutes, 3-screen certification, 20 feet back or 25 feet back on 1,000 lumens, has produced a star field demonstration from 190-degree viewing angle. That's inside. You have to bring the projector back up. You have to swap out for 1,500 lumens to 1,000 lumens at 13 feet, showing low lumen demonstrations. From there, you have to do a 3-screen certification the minute the screen is actually painted. After the 3-screen certification, you have to do 11-screen to 8-screen certification. Side-by-side color patterns, which means the blue, red, greens, all that stuff like that. Contrast, white levels. Then after that, ultra short throw demonstration. After that's done, the screen must be taken outside at approximately 4:51 or 4 something around that time, and you have to produce a star field demonstration, bright colors demonstration, and you have to produce that at 13 feet back on 1,000 lumens, and you must produce a 190-degree viewing angle. That's what he has to do on a test with that technology, and he's going to have to do all that live, which means if something comes up wrong, everybody's going to see it. That's how hard it is to duplicate an exotic. And keep in mind, 12s went through the same crazy testing. They had to go do the same thing. They had to do the distance throw, ultra short throw. All those tests have to be done, because I'll have a customer come in and go, well, how does your black screen look on ultra short throw? How does your black screen on ambient light? How does it work outside? How does it so? How does it size outside? I got to have demonstrations to back all that up. I even have demonstrations on the 12 outside at around 5 o'clock on a 1,000 lumen projector playing Call of Duty. So if you're going to mimic and try to make our products, then guess what? You have to do every test under that technology, and it has to be done live, and it must be done the same way we did it. Other than that, you're just talking. And so far, since we gave him the permission, he hasn't made one. I told you we we're going to make any of them. He hasn't made one of them. You can't back it up. So I know if you don't do if your products don't go through those same tests our products go through, I don't know how you consider yourself equal to us. But we're going to run you through our test over here. And the first test you're going to go through is Starfield, which you've been denying that so much. That Starfield demonstration. I don't understand that. Now I have your product right here. I'm not going to put it against this screen. I've done it already. I'm not going to put it against the screen. We're going to wait till your product gets here. We're going to take the UV mix, personal mix, and whatever's in that container. Like I said, it's really light. So it has to be. I'm hoping it's that Cinemax, because that's the one you've been denying not doing. Alright, so far, as I can see, this is not going to match up next to a 12, as you can see. So, you can see the results, 12 versus that. It doesn't fit in our category. It's not matching. It's not outperforming my screen in any way whatsoever. My screen is pulling contrast levels, it's pulling colors, and we're doing this in a fully lit environment. You can't even pull the menu up, the contrast level in the menu for the PS system. Put the pay station up for this. There you go. Can't even pick up the blower in your dashboard. Got your white levels. Like I said, white levels come up well, but other than that, you're not picking up anything else. I wouldn't mind call it. Yeah, we're not going to go down that road. All right, so let me bail out of this system right here. Oh, back in here again. Let's go back up again. Let's come out of here. I'm so used to doing this all day long with the freaking pinchers on in VR. All right, I'll power down to here. And now we're going to go into it. Power down, please. Turn off. Yeah, I made the mistake one time. I was half asleep and I hit reset, like literally reset the whole system. They're so close together. So like I said, it's not. I doubt. I'll put it right now. I doubt he beat that screen, because that screen has a weird. All the projection screens I've seen, it has a really weird kind of surface to it. It really does. Like I said, it reminds me of like if somebody took that reflective surface that they use for joggers. That's what it reminds me of. That's what it reminds me of. And the big boy power down. We'll come back in probably later on today, and we'll do the Elite white screen. Because we're going to take my screen out of the equation. We're just going to basically see how they compare up to a white screen, how close they come to a white screen, if there's any difference between them and a white screen. And we'll do that right there. Let's go trot to the 17. What I'm going to do is trip over my cord. I think I'm carrying an IV bag. Okay, so you can't use ultra short throw on the screen, as we have ultra short throw set up in here. So we got to bring the crispy in here for this demonstration, because we can't use ultra short throw in here. And this video is going to end right here, and I'll be back on later on, and we'll start doing that demonstration next. All right, thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.